It's summertime. Let's start this over. Hey growers, welcome back to the castle. Finally, it's summer. We've had a lot of visitors here and we always get the same questions. How do we keep all of these flowers looking so beautiful all summer? Where do we find the time to water them and to feed them? So what we're going to do in this really short video is show you how we care for the flowers here at the castle. Okay, most of you at home probably have a few pots of flowers or vegetables around your yard, and it's no problem taking care of that. All we need is water and food. Water we can get from the tap if we've got city water, or well water. Some of you may have a pond. We use rainwater here a lot, but the water doesn't really make a difference, except for the fact that it will affect which fertilizer you pick. The other element we're going to need is some food. We've talked about this in other videos, so I'm not going to go into it now, but look at my other videos on how water chemistry and fertilizers work together. When we have a lot of flowers and a lot of vegetable containers, we're going to want to do something different than sit here with a 2-gallon container, put 1 teaspoon in, fill it, water, go back and repeat. So let's go look at how we handle a lot of plants here at the castle. So here we are in the greenhouse where I grow probably 30,000 seedlings every spring for the Blue Seal stores. These are just 55-gallon food-grade water barrels. They're number 2 plastic. Nothing special about them. You can find them out there. So all we're going to do is, instead of making up a 2-gallon container of water and fertilizer, we're going to just have a huge watering can. First, we just have to fill the barrel with water. This hose is coming from my rainwater collection system out in the back. I just put this into the barrel, and I've got a sump pump in my rainwater collection system. So we'll turn the sump pump on and fill the barrel. Rather than watching the barrel fill, this is a barrel that I filled yesterday. So we had water in it. We've met the first need of our plants. So what do we do about food? What I use is a Jack's product called a 12-4-16. The reason I use that is because we use rainwater, which is very low in calcium and magnesium, so this is a proper formulation for it. I've done this so many times that what I've done is taken about 1.25 cups of fertilizer, put it into the barrel. And you might be asking, well, how much do I put in my barrel? What we're doing now on the screen, we're putting up some conversion factors for you if you want to use 5 gallons or 10 gallons or 20 gallons or 50. And remember, you're using approximately 1 teaspoon per gallon, so it's an easy conversion from there. So for this 55-gallon drum, we're using about 1.25 cups. I've put that into this barrel, and the way that we make sure that we're at exactly the right point is we use what's called an EC meter, electrical conductivity meter. And watch my videos on what the heck these are, how they work, and why they're so important. I'm looking for a number here of about 1.8, and I'm coming up right about a 1.75, 1.8, and the pH is fine. So we know that we're exactly on where we want to be. So how do I get the water from here down to the plants? I could get down and bring the plants up here and dunk them and bring them back. Not very efficient. I could take my watering can, dunk it, bring the watering can back down, water, come back up, get another bucket, but that's not very efficient either. So simple solution. What I do is just take a sump pump, conventional sump pump. Here's a second sump pump. You're going to see a difference in the hose connections. Some of them connect directly to the sump pump hoses, and others you just have to get a reducer that'll cost you maybe $3 or $4 at one of the box stores. So just hook your hose onto your sump pump, toss the sump pump into the barrel with the water and the proper fertilizer, and you're ready to go. All we have to do now is just plug the sump pump in with a hose connected and go water. But a very important point here is water, electricity. What could go wrong, right? Very important that whatever you plug into, to make sure that this is protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, so that, again, water, electricity, a ground fault protector will save your life. So do not overlook that step. This is just a why. When my pump comes up and goes into a system, it just goes into Y splitter, conventional Y splitter that you probably have. I can either run it so that it feeds the hose down to the lower garden, or we come out the greenhouse and we can water and fertilize the vegetables out on the side of the greenhouse. That's about as simple as it is. This barrel weighs, with 50 gallons in it, probably around 400 pounds, so we're not going to move it around. So just turn this into your fertigation. Remember, that means irrigation and fertilizer together. Proper amount of water, proper amount of fertilizer. Plug your sump pump in. Every time you water now, you're feeding. Your plants are going to bloom and produce fruit all summer. So let's go down and do a little bit of watering. All right, one thing that you guys are obviously going to see right off is this is a heck of a lot more convenient than either going back and forth with a little watering can, getting water, coming down here, watering a couple plants, going back up, getting some more water. This way I can walk right along and water everything in the yard. If I water all of the flowers and vegetables in the yard, it'll probably take me about 40 gallons of water. What I'm using is just a Dram commercial wand. I find these just a great tool to use, and I have a brass shut-off so I can turn the water on and off very easily. I don't have a nozzle on the end. Generally, I'll use either one of these Dram nozzles. The only difference is this one is called the 1,000 hole water buster. It gives a very fine flow when I'm growing small seedlings. This one has larger holes, so the stream isn't as fine. When I'm watering containers, I take both of them off because it just gives me a steady stream of water and fertilizer that I can aim directly at the top of the pot, so that I'm not wasting it and I'm not getting the plant wet. Because remember, we want to water the soil, not the plant. So I can walk right along on all of my plants. In between, or if some company shows up and I want to talk, I can just turn the thumb off and not have any water flow, and then just initiate the water flow with my thumb. So very easy. Every time I'm watering, my plants are getting fed. This is what's going to keep your plants blooming and looking beautiful all summer. The water is only half of the story. The food, and we're on a continuous feed program. That means every time we water, we feed. Like usual, if you have any questions, just get in touch with me at the contact info at the end of the video. I'm at the Blue Seal store in Rochester every Saturday with an EC meter. If you need anything checked, we can do that for you. So enjoy your plants. Don't stress out about the watering. Just make it easy for yourself. Until we see you again, be good to each other. And remember, you need to know what your plants need to grow.